Hello, welcome to Triple Threat Analysis. This is going to be our Raw and Smackdown recap for this week. So we're just going to do quick hits on what's happened over the past week, give y'all our thoughts on it. Um, let's go ahead and start with all the releases that happened last week. It was a lot, and this happens every year, but it kind of felt like it was more prominent talent this year. I mean, with Aleister Black and Zelina Vega and Kairi Sane and the entirety of the Wyatts, it just felt like these people were involved in like ongoing storylines, So seeing them, especially like Kairi, get released was rough. It was rough.
The thing about it, these are fan favorite people. Like when Aleister Black came back, everyone's happy. Should have been in the Randy Orton storyline. Could have been that was one of the main events of WrestleMania. He could have been in that. That's why I think he got fired because he told someone on a podcast that he was supposed to be in it and it wasn't supposed to be Pat McAfee. So whatever with that. Kairi Sane, that one shocked the hell out of me. Yeah. Releasing Bray Wyatt's brother is so disrespectful, but it's a business. It's about money. R-Truth got released at one point. I mean, this is the business, man. We just got to accept it. They'll be fine. Hopefully they'll make some money somewhere else or do OnlyFans, Zelina Vega. Hey, I'm sure you want to do whatever it is you got to do. So, yeah, it was kind of shocking, but this is business. It always happens. It is what it is.
Yeah, definitely going to miss Kyrie and really upset that we didn't end up getting a payoff to her and Asuka. But, I mean, like you said, it is the business, but yeah. I definitely see them all doing well elsewhere.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Let's just move on to SmackDown real quick. I'm not gonna lie, there ain't really that much happened on SmackDown, but we did see Tiffy winning the U.S. Championship, which is it's the right decision. As much as we've been talking about Julia for a while and how she just hasn't connected with really anybody, and it doesn't feel like a good champ, and they didn't build her up enough. So definitely good for that championship and for that belt to have, someone with the star power of Tiffy holding it.
You know how corny John Cena used to come out and John Cena used to say, he talks to the fans, you have the keys to who wins here. He's not lying. When Julia won, nobody cared. And like you said, she didn't connect with anything. She didn't connect with anybody. She wasn't selling T-shirts. There was nothing really about her that the fans could gravitate to. Whether that's her fault, the front office's fault, whatever the case may be, she wasn't. Tiffy, fan favorite. She's going to sell some things. A lot of young little girls are wearing her stuff already. Her getting the belt is exactly what's best for business. That's what happened. And that's what's going to happen from now going forward, especially like leading up to SummerSlam and stuff like that. You got to put the belt on people that are going to sell some tickets. Tiffy is that girl. So, yes, that's the right decision. Give Tiffy the belt.
For sure. Next thing on SmackDown, we had Fatal Influence debuting and making their presence felt on the show in more ways than one. Coming out
and more shows than one as well.
Coming out attacking the tag teams during their match, and then later coming out and fighting with Rhea. So really just making their name known, at the top of the card. And like we've talked about, I don't watch NXT, so I have no idea really who any of them are. But the reaction that I think her name's JC Jane got while she was trying to talk was insane to me, especially because I don't know who she was. Like, her having that much heat in her debut is crazy.
Yeah, well, her thing was, like, JC Jane has had two different sides to her. When she was, like, kind of a face, and she was doing, like, both NXT, TNA, stuff like that, winning the belt, bringing the belt over to TNA, stuff like that, she was getting cheered. She was loved, and then she did this little group where it was heels, and she got the reaction she wanted at NXT, and then it followed her up to, the WWE roster, and that's kind of crazy because I didn't expect the reaction she got either. I thought they wouldn't know who she was, maybe. I thought maybe it would just be quiet. No, they booed the hell out of her, and that's great. Awesome. I don't even think she expected it because she didn't know what to say. She was just like, keep it coming. Like, she knows that if she gets that build as a heel, if she gets that build and they're a heel crew, they'll push her. So that's good for her, good for the crowd responding. And speaking of the crowds, amazing crowds the last couple of weeks. So definitely. I've noticed that Raw and SmackDown have been so much better because the crowd's been better. So props to the crowds. I think it was in Laredo, Texas. What the hell? Like, I think that crowd was so crazy, but they did great. So.
Yeah, that crowd being in Laredo is crazy because I mean, if there ain't anything in Laredo. Like, I mean, I guess it makes sense. The only thing to do is go to Raw, so the whole
Right,
town was
right.
probably there. But yeah, so I mean, just off of how they were reacted to whenever they, the debut, I'm pretty excited to see where Fatal Influence and JC Jane go from here. Like, just for the fan reaction alone. Next thing we want to talk about on SmackDown is Cody. I mean, we got to talk about Cody, right? I think this was one of his best promos in a while. He didn't really say much, but what he did say was really good. Talking about how he's easy to find, but he's hard to beat, and that they keep sending his best, and he keeps knocking them down. I thought it was a good promo, and it was probably the most excited I've been for a Cody title, reign in quite a while. And I say that even as a big Cody guy, but it does make me excited for what's going to come next with Cody.
I truly feel, I said this in the chat, I truly feel like this wasn't supposed to happen. I think Orton might be hurt because I think Cody's the one that's supposed to have went away for a little while. He's doing a couple things in the background, stuff like that. I don't think he's supposed to be here right now. So I think these promos where he's not wrestling and he's just kind of calling a couple people out or just saying a couple things that are I'm the champ and if you want some, come get some. But again, John Cena 2.0. I just don't think this was supposed to happen. Again, total speculation. We haven't seen Randy since. We don't know what's going on with Randy. We don't know if he's actually hurt. We don't know if he's pissed off. We don't know if TKO did something or if he's just I want the break. We don't know. So until we know what the hell actually happened with Randy, this is what Cody's gonna have to do. He's just gonna have to, because he can't fight yet. He's not gonna do any matches until the pay-per-view. No Mercy or what is it? Backlash. I mean.
Backlash.
Yeah. So we'll see what happens with that. But I do like Cody coming out, throwing a little heel promo, but it's not heel promo type stuff. So we'll see what happens with Cody. But yeah, he said something, and we do have to talk about it because Cody was there.
Yeah, I don't know if we're going to get a Cody match at Backlash. I mean, we're just over a week away, a week and a half away. So I
Is
mean,
it that
it would
soon?
have.
Jesus.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's the first Saturday of May. But yeah, so I mean, I don't know if we're going to get a Cody match at Backlash, and even if we did, I don't think it would be good, and I don't think it'd be anybody we would want.
It would be rushed, and he can't lose. So
yeah, I mean, we have 3 matches confirmed for Backlash already with Jacob and Roman, Io and Asuka, and then Seth and Braun. So I mean, there's really only room for 1 or 2 more matches. So I'm not sure if we're going to see Cody or even Punk at Backlash. So we might have to wait until after Backlash to see what we're building for Cody next, which is probably good.
But you know why it's not good, I would say, for business, because that's apparently 90% of what TKO and WWE seems to care about now. This is going to be the pay-per-view, PLE, whatever the hell they want to call it, after WrestleMania that everyone got their subscription for. So this is going to be a free one, part of the people that bought WrestleMania. They're going to see this, and now it's going to be wow, there's only 4 or 5 matches, and if there's no other champions on it, there's maybe 2 championships on the line here. It's not going to be great, I feel like. So, this is not the way to keep people subscribed to the ESPN thing. I mean, I don't know. We'll see, though.
Yeah, it's lacking star power, but it's also not. I mean, with Roman and Seth and Braun, it's the stars, but it's not really the best ones you would want to put out for the casual viewer,
Right. Which is who they're trying to draw. They have us. They have the losers like us. They're not worried about. They're worried about the people that that watch WrestleMania because I heard Brock Lesnar's going to be on there. I'm a sports fan. Brock Lesnar's one of the best combat people ever. John Cena's going to host. Everyone knows John Cena. They're going to talk about Hulk Hogan's thing on Netflix. We're going to, so that's the person they're trying to keep. But Roman Reigns still is a big draw. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what the numbers are.
Yeah, for sure. We'll see if Roman can actually still draw on his own.
Right.
Right. All right. Moving on to Raw. I want to throw it back to last week's Raw real quick and talk, because we didn't talk about the debuts that we saw. We kind of mentioned about, with Soul and Ethan Page and then now Joe Hendry all debuting on Raw. The youth movement is for real right now, as it is every year after WrestleMania, but it feels even more so this year. And I'm excited, especially for Soul, if she's not dead, whenever she's able to come back.
We didn't see her this week, so...
Yeah, whenever she's able to come back, I'm pretty excited for that. But Raw, we just want to talk about Oba. He came out, had a match with Grayson Waller, obviously destroyed Grayson, and said that he's going to be doing an open challenge, anybody who dares to step up to him. And I think this is great. This gets Oba on our screens every week. We're going to see him be dominant every week, and eventually it's going to lead to a long-term feud with somebody. But I think this was the best thing to do with Oba for the near future.
Yeah, 100%. This is great. And the aura this guy just exudes when he comes out is just ridiculous. Crazy. Now, I don't even want to say this because, my Oba fandom is, at a max. But I'm trying to sit here and figure out if he wins a champion, let's say he takes the belt off of like Roman or whoever, are we sitting here saying that Oba can carry this company like someone like a Seth Rollins who will go on every TV show and talk his brain off and still wrestle like a god in the ring? Can he do it like a John Cena? Can he do it like even a Lesnar who just, again, he doesn't even need aura. He just has the body of work. Can Oba be that guy? That's why I think that they're gonna wait just a because he can't talk on the mic. People think when he was in NXT, he had some great. He could talk a little bit, but I am a little concerned. I don't think Oba pushes the needle if he has the belt too soon. Like if he takes the belt away from Roman, Roman's gonna sell more tickets. Oba's great, but Oba's kind of like that guy on a basketball team. Like you have LeBron James, he's kind of like I don't even want to say Luka. He's kind of like Austin Reeves. Like I know he's kind of the guy that you can put on your roster. You need him to win a championship, but he cannot be the main guy. So I'm kind of at that point with Oba right now. As much as everyone's on Oba, I'm there too. I think he needs a little bit more time to get the max level of just I can carry this company on my back. I don't think he can do that just yet because fans are fickle and they'll turn on him. They'll be like, it's kind of boring now. All he does is beat guys within 5 minutes. It's boring. I think that's where they would be if he did take the belt right away. So love Oba. Everything, the aura is going crazy right now, but I am a little concerned that if they give him the belt too soon, they're going to turn on him and that's just going to ruin his whole thing. So I think they should wait a while.
Yeah, it does. Like we definitely do need to see like a serious feud with with someone from Oba
and some shit talking, just some good just some good shit talk.
But I mean, the thing with that is like, who can you pit Oba against in a feud that's gonna be taken seriously and actually leave him looking even stronger than it already does?
I did see a fake rumor about Braun Strowman coming back. I think that's I mean, like Braun can talk a little bit. He did that little show and stuff like that. I don't know. That's just kind of like at least it's two big bodies at the very least because no one's even body-wise with him right now. At least that one's like two monsters, you know what I mean? That's about the only thing I could think of right now. Braun Breaker, but he's in his own feud right now, so it's like...
I could see, like, Bronson Reed whenever he comes back. Like, I think that would be pretty good.
Right.
But with Oba being how dominant he is, and he obviously has to be, and he just is, it's going to be hard.
You can't make him lose. Or
he can't lose. All that stuff. He can't lose, but it's also, at the same time, going to be hard to, build him up with a feud. It has to be somebody that like is believable, and I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Oba's great, but it's definitely
we need a little more, man. Easy. We just need a little more.
Yeah, for sure. All right. Next up, we want to talk about Braun and Seth. We've been mentioning it, but they had a back and forth yesterday or on Raw. And so my biggest takeaway from this, and I know like we talked about this in our chat, but like to me, Braun hasn't improved on the mic at all. Like since I've seen him on the main roster, I never feel anything after any of his promos, and especially when he's going up against Seth, who's one of, if not the best talkers in the business. It's just so night and day, and you can see just how much Braun lacks from like a character and on the mic standpoint.
So like I said, like I'm a big Braun, like huge Braun guy. I saw him in NXT and he was awful in terms of like it was diabolical how he would just stutter all the time. He would mess up his lines. I thought he had a couple good lines yesterday talking about how you talking about what did you teach me? All I learned from you is that me and Bronson Reed would do all the dirty work and you just stood there talking about I'm a visionary. I thought it was great, honestly. I thought it was I thought that was like his best promo ever, honestly, and I guess that's saying something. But yeah, I think he's getting better. I think it's going to take a bit. Now he's going to be next to someone like Seth Rollins, who does nothing but talk. And I think this will help him big time. And I think that's what they want. They want Seth to teach him. They want Seth to show him, hey, come out here every week and talk to them. Like, if you mess up, who cares? You're going to learn day by day by day. And, that's kind of what happened with Liv Morgan. Liv Morgan was awful at the mic to start. But then they said, here, just talk. Talk all the time. Yell. Do what you got to do. Look at her. She's one of the best on the mic. So I think we'll get there with Braun. And he's someone that once he gets that mic over, unlike the Oba thing, I think he's someone that we can see in the future, like, carrying the company, because he's got, not that Oba don't have the body, Oba's a monster, but Braun Baker's kind of like he seems like more of a typical kind of, like, at least a typical Vince McMahon kind of guy that used to love in the past and stuff like that, so,
for sure.
Yeah, I see Braun doing big things, though, for sure.
What we say
and this feud with Seth, by the way, we were supposed to get this at WrestleMania. He got hurt. Both of them got hurt, apparently. So this is going to happen no matter what. It was supposed to happen all the time. It's just gonna happen a little later.
Yeah, yeah. So like we said, we're getting Braun and Seth at Backlash, which I'm sure will be only the first of at least 2 or 3 matches that we're going to get out of them over the summer. What do we say in WrestleMania 44 versus Braun for the title?
Yeah, hell yeah. Like I said, I was there after eating my cluttered. I said after I ate my Wendy's artery clogging burger that I'm gonna die soon. So I need to see this immediately. I want Oba versus Braun like tomorrow.
Yeah. All right. And then the last thing we got Jacob Fatu and Roman. They are fighting at Backlash. This might have been Jacob's best promo of his career so far. I've really enjoyed the last 2 weeks of him talking to Roman, and it really feels believable that he could actually beat Roman. Obviously, I don't think he will, but he's done a good job of building it to where I actually believe that he could beat Roman. But what about you?
It's kind of because you can feel the promo is real because everything he says. Now we've heard it like 10 times before though. Like we know Fatu, we know brother, we know you were in jail, we know you had to fight a hard life. We know. We hear it every single time that he's about to win, try to have a big match. We hear it all the time. But I think it feels a little bit more real because he's talking to family now. So you can feel deep in him that he's actually telling him like, hey, listen. You were there for me, but I'm going to say you weren't there for me. But nonetheless, when you were out here with the belt and you had the bloodline, the family, I was struggling. You know what I'm saying? I don't want it. I need it because while you were out there, my kids and my family were looking at you. You had everything, the money, the cars, everything. And I'm out here struggling for my next meal. Now I need to show them that I can. It just feels real. It feels like a real promo. It feels like a father trying to support his fan. Like you can feel everything. So it is believable that he could win. It's just you can't take the belt off Roman this soon, logically.
Yeah.
But you never know. Crazier things have happened. So I'm excited for the match. I agree with you. It's a good promo.
Yeah. And then having it to where we leave Roman laid out in the ring, this week just helps build it. Because I definitely didn't expect Roman to be the one that ends up laid out at the end of Raw. But definitely excited for their match at Backlash, and we'll see what next Monday brings between them. A segment on Smackdown with Solo getting a cup of coffee delivered to him. It's a real missed opportunity because that was such an unnecessary shot by Roman.
That's how you know they're family, though. That's a little
yeah. And I don't know if you saw anybody else talking about this, but there's like a shot of Jacob doing his promo. And the Usos in the background, and you could tell like they just looked like so proud of Jacob, and they couldn't like keep the smiles off their faces. It was pretty cool to see.
Roman too. Yeah. Roman's face, he was shaking his head like this, like I hear you, dog. Like obviously I can't smile and give you props, but I hear you. I hear what you're saying. Like I respect it.
Yeah, I'm still not too into the idea of running the bloodline back so far, but I mean it's been good so far, but I'm not sure I want to see it progress past Jacob at Backlash, but I'm sure you want to see it.
Yeah, but last thing right before the Usos kind of just, I don't know what the hell's going on with them. Like, what was the original plan for them? Like, Jay had the belt and lost it abruptly when I didn't think he was going to lose his belt. And then they got the tag belt and they lost that abruptly as well. Now they changed their songs multiple times. Now they're quote unquote maybe in the bloodline again. Like I don't know if they have a plan for them besides this. Like I don't know what's going on. Like I thought them being in the tag division would be great because they're one of the best tag teams of all time, and I thought they would stay there and help build that division and stuff like that. But now they're just back with the bloodline doing the same old things, and I don't know what's going on. That's why I feel like eventually they're going to turn on Roman because there has to be some kind of bill for this, right? These are two of the the biggest fan-loved people in the business. Just throwing them back in the bloodline just seems kind of like sacrilegious to me.
Yeah. No, I definitely agree. There has to be some bigger plan for the Usos rather than just being Roman sidekicks again. But speaking of tag teams, we need to talk about the Street Profits.
Oh yeah.
The Street Profits came back last week, and we saw them again this week, trying to take out the Vision. I really hope that they get they take the titles off of Logan.
I'm with you. I think they will.
And I mean, so taking the Usos out of the tag team division at the same time as inserting the Street Profits, it doesn't make sense to me. Like
that's what I'm saying. You could have
would
so
want
many
all
great
of
matches.
them there. Yeah. Like they could have had like a pre SummerSlam SmackDown tag division kind of thing going here, and they kind of just ruined it by taking the Usos out of it because right now it's just the Street Profits in the Vision. Like there ain't nobody else. But I do hope the Street Profits.
Oh, and right before that, what happened that we have to mention? Joe Hendry came back, did a little concert. I said that his time might be past, that they might have waited too long to build on the hype. Bro, he came back, had a concert, started talking crap about Logan Paul, and the crowd went crazy. It's not too late, I guess. Like he still got the fanfare, and if he comes and sings about it, like back, I don't know if he watched like ROH days, TNA days, or whatever. Joe Hendry used to come out every week and make a little song about the opponent he's gonna face. If he does that here on Raw, on Raw, because he's now Joe Hendry's on Raw, then the crowd's gonna go crazy for it. It's gonna be great. So I love Joe Hendry. Been a big fan since TNA days. So now that he's here, finally on Raw, and we're gonna see him every week. The ceilings to what's the freaking phrase?
The sky's the limit.
There you go, Nikki. There you go. Scott's the limit for him. But yeah, I'm excited. I'm super excited for Joe Hendry.
I like him, and I've liked him, in the little that I've seen of him so far. Just super charismatic and looking forward to it. But he seems out of place. Like I can't put my finger on it about why, but to me he just seems out of place on Raw. Or like
you haven't really seen him as a wrestler yet per se.
Yeah,
you haven't like when he was wrestling in TNA. The dude's good. He's got skill. He was wrestling with Moose. Moose is like a he's not an Obafemi size, but he's just a big dude that he would wrestle. He would wrestle with Dolph Ziggler, and Ziggler's one of the best wrestlers in the world when he's at his game, and he wrestled with him very well. Wrestled with a lot of. He's a good wrestler. So once you see him in a real match, a serious match, you'll probably change your tune a little bit.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely looking forward to seeing more of him, and like we talked about, more of all the call-ups, and Ethan Page getting thrown right into the Intercontinental division.
He's great.
Is great, yeah. And like the IC division is kind of cooking. It's getting there. We had Penta versus Rusev, and then Javon and Ethan Page get involved, and maybe going towards like some sort of fatal 4-way or something like that in the future. Definitely looking forward to that. I think that's all we have for this week, unless you have anything else you want to talk about.
I'm all good. We see your comments. Both Nick and I are both replying to every comment we get.
Yep.
So again, we'll do a better job of adding your comments and replying to them on video eventually. But right now, just keep commenting, whether it's positive or negative. We really don't care. Just throw the comments at us. Anything you want to say. You're fat. You're ugly. You're cute. You're the best. I agree with what you say. You're entitled. Whatever it is you want to say, comment. We'll reply. We'll see you. We'll keep adding you guys to the episodes.
I just want to say, you can call Glenn fat and ugly. You cannot call me fat and ugly. I'm not taking that.
All right, yeah, say it to me. I'm good. You can say whatever you want to me. I'm good. So.
All right. We'll see y'all next week. It's probably gonna be our Backlash preview if I was right on the timing. So we'll see y'all next time. Thanks for watching.